MotoGP in 2022 is being dominated by Italian bikes. Yes, we've got 8 Ducatis on the grid, but with Aprilia and Aleix Espargaro taking victory as well this season, the Italian manufacturers are currently the best bikes to be on. If you factor in KTM's win at the Indonesian Grand Prix with Miguel Oliveira, the Austrian factory's win means that it is currently 7-1 to European manufacturers compared to Japanese manufacturers. Fabio Quartararo is the only rider this season to win on a Japanese machine with Yamaha. Things are changing in MotoGP. With Suzuki pulling out of the sport at the end of this season, and with the clear struggles to be seen of Honda and Yamaha in 2022, are we set for a period of dominance with the European brands? Let's take a closer look. You see, in the past, since the MotoGP era began in 2002, Honda and Yamaha have dominated the sport, and the numbers suggest that as well. There's only been one Riders' World Champion on a European manufacturer, and that was Casey Stoner in 2007 with Ducati. Yes, we have seen team and constructor world titles go the way of Ducati on a few occasions, but the rest have been dominated by the might of Japan. Even throw in the fact Suzuki won the world title in 2020 with Joan Mir and took home the team championship with it. But a few things have started to change. As you know, there is 8 incredibly fast Ducatis in MotoGP this season, which for some is too much, as I've seen people labelling the championship a Ducati Cup. Aprilia have developed a bike that is finally able to run at the front, and with Aleix Espargaro putting together a brilliant title charge so far this season, with a win in Argentina and 4 consecutive third places. KTM have won the race this year, albeit in wet conditions, but a win is a win regardless. Honda's struggles have been well documented for years now. It was branded the bike that only Marc Marquez could ride, and after his crash at Jerez in 2020, injury and a lack of strength has seen Honda struggle like never before in the MotoGP era. Get this for a fact, the last rider other than Marc Marquez to win a race on the Honda was Cal Crutchlow at Argentina in 2018. As Marquez heads off to get surgery on his right arm for the 4th time in just under 2 years, Honda are left without their star rider and will need to seriously get things sorted by the time he gets back. The same can be said for Yamaha. Yamaha's struggles are clearly being masked by the sheer brilliance of the world champion Fabio Quartararo. He's the only Yamaha rider that is able to run at the front each weekend, as his teammate Franco Morbidelli and the 2 RNF riders are running at the back of the pack most weekends. Even then, with the experience of Morbidelli and Dovizioso, the second best Yamaha has been rookie Darren Binder. Yamaha and Quartararo are suffering mainly down the straights, as they are just losing too much time to Ducati and other manufacturers. Mugello was the perfect example. Bagnaia was able to pull away from Quartararo on the straights, but Fabio was riding so hard in the corners to make up the time he had lost. It must be frustrating for the Frenchman as he can't do any more. It's even comparable to what he's doing on the Yamaha to what Marc Marquez was doing for all those years on the Honda. We are losing Suzuki at the end of 2022, and it is such a bitter blow for MotoGP to be losing a manufacturer, as the more the merrier in my opinion. But Suzuki have done this before, and you'll have to question if they're ever going to come back to Grand Prix racing again. Since the announcement of their end of season departure, both Alex Rins and Joan Mir have DNF'd in both races and look completely lost, which is understandable. But my reasoning for why the European teams, and in particular the Italian teams, are doing so well is because how strong they are with their engine packages and, in particular, their aerodynamic packages. The Ducati was already difficult to overtake in a straight line, but when you add aerodynamic winglets, the thing becomes even harder to overtake due to turbulent air, which is something very similar to Aprilia. This is a problem for MotoGP, as there has been a lack of overtakes in recent rounds, and Aero is getting the blame for it. But if you're in the seats of Aprilia and Ducati, would you be complaining? Not at all. Well, let us know in the comments below about your thoughts on why Japanese manufacturers are struggling so much in MotoGP this season. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, and don't forget to subscribe to Crash MotoGP for more content.